Hello, welcome to ACHIEVER'S Academy. Today we are going to talk about implicit function. What do you understand about the idea of implicit function? Implicit function simply means when you have two variables in a function. What do I mean by that? When you have something like this, s squared minus y squared. Now, this is one variable and this is one variable. Now, you can't say it's an explicit again because you know this what? This is an implicit function. You have s and y in a function. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Or you want to say it's an implicit function, explicit function, when you have only one variable, which is, assuming you have s. How many variables is there? One. So we know that one has what? Explicit function. Examples of explicit function, when you have y is equal to 4s. Like the one they did. What you find was the y ds. This is an explicit function. You have y is equal to 2s squared minus 3s. How many variables is there? You can see that it's only one variable that we have there. So this is what we call an explicit function. Please take note of that. Explicit what? Function. But when you have something like this, s squared minus y squared is equal to 4s. Now looking at this, how many variables we have here? 2, which is 1 and 2. So can you call it explicit? No. We say it's an what? Implicit function. Now, how are we going to solve question based on implicit function? Let's look at example 1. If you have something like this, if s cube minus y cube is equal to 27, find dy dx. Now, see this question, you know that is a what? Implicit function. So you differentiate both sides. So you are going to have s cube minus y cube is equal to 27. So differentiate both sides, you have d into s cube over the s minus d into y cube over the s is equal to d into 27 over the s. So if you differentiate s cube, you are going to have 3s squared minus, if you differentiate y cube, you have what? Minus 3y squared dy dx is equal to 0. And what are you looking for? The y ds. So you make the y ds as for the formula and take this place. So I'm going to have you have minus 3y squared dy over the s is going to be equal to what? Minus 3s squared. I need you to know that. So what are you going to do? So dy over the s. So if you make dy over the s as the formula, it's like when you have 2a, and you have minus bc is equal to 3. And you want to make c as subject of formula. What are you going to do? You divide both sides by what? Minus b. Is that not so? So minus b cancel minus b, you have what? C is equal to minus 3 over b. I believe you know that. So let's bring down this method here. Let's bring it to this place. So we are going to have dy over the s, which is going to be equal to what? Minus 3s squared over minus 3y squared. So minus divided by minus, you have what? Plus. So dy over the s is going to be what? 3s squared over 3y squared. So that is the final answer. Now, example 2. You have if s cube minus y cube minus 3asy is equal to 0. Find dy dx. Looking at this is an implicit function. You all know that before. So now, solution, s cube minus y cube minus 3asy is equal to 0. You differentiate both sides, right? So that is going to be d of s cube over the s minus d into y cube over the s minus d into 3asy Now, what you see, you arrange it now because you have this as a factor minus 3asy. So what I'm going to do, that's going to be 3s cubed minus y cubed minus 3a into what? Into sy is equal to 0. So, equal to 0. So that is going to be d into s cubed over the s minus d into y cubed over the s minus 3a into d into sy over the s, which is equal to d into 0 over the s. So, if you differentiate s cubed, you are going to have 3s squared minus, if you differentiate y cubed, you have what? 3y squared dy over the s. Please take note. Minus 3a. Now, getting to this place, you can see s and y. And the bond between them is known is what? Is product, which is product rule. Before you can differentiate this, you have to use product rule method. Now, which is what? This is going to be f of s, and this is going to be what? G of s. Now, you are going to have what? F of s multiplied by g prime of s, is that also? Plus g of s multiplied by f prime of s. Please, for those of you that don't know how we get to this place, there is a video on product rule. Just click on the link below, you're going to see everything. So, I is going to be, what is f of s? S multiplied by, if you differentiate y, you are going to have what? Dy over ds. Is that so? Plus, what is g of s? G of s is known as what? Y multiplied by differentiation of s, you have what? 1. So, you are going to have s dy over ds plus y. Y times 1, 1. So, I'm going to bring the whole of this to this place now. So, can I get so? That is, we are going to have minus 3a into bracket s dy over the s plus what? Plus y is equal to 0. So, which is going to be 3s squared minus 3y squared dy over the s. Use this to open the bracket, which is going to be minus 3as dy over the s. Leave your with me. Minus times plus minus 3ay is equal to 0. Now, the next thing is what? You collect the line times. You are looking for this and this that are the same thing. You bring them separate, which is going to be minus 3y squared dy over the s minus 3as dy over the s, which is going to be equal to, this is minus. When you come to this page, you have what? That's going to be plus 3ay minus 3a squared. Please take note. This is positive when back to the minus. So dy over the s is common. So bring it out. So dy over the s, you will put to bracket what? Minus 3y squared minus 3as. Close the bracket is equal to what? 3ay minus 3s squared. So you make the y there substitute of formula. So if you make the y there substitute of formula, you are going to have dy over the s is equal to 3ay minus 3s squared over into minus 3y squared minus 3as. Is that not so? So now, what is common between them in numerator? What is common in numerator is what? 3. If you factorize 3 out, you are going to have ay minus s squared over, what is the